Hey everybody, last day of the year. How are y'all doing? I am here to present another young lady. Her name is Lynn, and I'm really excited because she's agreed to speak with me a little bit earlier than we originally scheduled. And I'm hoping that you get to learn a little bit from her as well. So far I've been doing a lot of interviews, and all of the people that I'm interviewing are people I actually know. Not necessarily have ever met in person, but I've known for quite some time. It's not new people that I'm interviewing at the moment. So what I really want to do is actually bring to you a lot of people who are in different phases of their lives, have lived through different situations, and are still finding that following their passion is their best, is providing their best life for them. So we get to listen to what trials and tribulations they've gone through, whatever they've learned that helped them follow through on their passions and create the kind of life that they want to live outside of other people's expectations and ideas of what's good and what's best for them. So if you hold on just a moment, I'm waiting for Lynn to join me here so that I can bring her online. Here she is. Are y'all ready for the new year? Just curious, how many people are still working on New Year's resolutions? Hey,
Hey, how are you, Pika?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm tired, but I'm well.
I'm so
You look
sorry. Thank you.
good.
I'm working on it. Anyway, last day of the year, how do you feel about 2019? How do you feel about 2018?
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I'm super duper excited. Like, I'm already planning for 2020. Like,
Hey.
I'm so excited. 2018 was good for me. It
Mhm.
started a lot of different things. I got some things in the works, and some things are just working out really well. So now, like I said, I'm on 2020 because now 2019 is pretty much planned out.
Okay.
So I'm feeling super excited about it.
Oh, I can
Like, I'm
imagine.
so stoked. I'm
You've got a
stoked.
good
I really
plan
am.
then.
Yeah.
So I just want you, if you don't mind, to just introduce yourself to our audience today and let them know who
Okay.
you are, what you're working on, what are you about?
Wow. Okay. So where do I start? It's so funny because I am a licensed professional counselor.
I know,
My
yeah.
name is Lynn Meyer, for those that don't know me, but I get asked this question all the time by my clients because I ask them the same thing.
Yeah.
And I say, okay, so tell me who you are, what you want to do, and all that.
Hmm.
And so sometimes they say the same thing, like, and they say, well, who are you? And I was like, I'm so glad you asked. I said, I am the person, because I really don't get that often.
Yeah.
Because as a therapist, people don't see me as a person. They just see me like as a figure, like a provider, but I'm a
Right.
person too.
Hmm.
So I like to tell them, I said, I'm fun, I'm innovative, I'm laid back, I'm funny, I'm just direct, I'm passionate, I can be quirky, I can be annoying, I can be all these things,
Yeah.
but I'm a person that's a healer, and
Yeah.
I like to try to tell people all the time, I said, the reason why I came into this business is because at a time where I did not feel that there was healing, transformation, or restoration, none of those things were possible for me.
Okay.
And so I came into um, counseling to show people that all those things are possible.
Right.
I know more than those three things are possible, but I focus on those three because people lose hope. They feel like healing is not possible. They feel like things can't be restored, and they feel like they can't transform into something great.
Right.
So I really like to focus on those things. So in a little nutshell, that's who I am.
I love it though, and actually, that's been a trend with the people that I've been interviewing lately. All of you are healers, and
Mm-hmm.
it seems like you started pushing to follow your own dreams when you were in a place where
Correct.
you felt like you're basically providing what you needed at the time. And I love that because I think
Exactly.
that's like a trend with a lot of us who are, light workers or trying to show people that there's more than just the problems of the world. There are solutions out there. There are people that do care, so that we don't feel
Correct.
quite so alone. So I love that about you. You are a licensed professional. How did you come into that profession?
Yes.
Is that also kind of the same way that you needed it, so you went to find it and became what you needed?
Well, a little bit of a backstory. So
Sure.
as I was younger, I've always been the type of person that helped.
Hmm.
I never understood, like why I like to help so much until I saw those people that help out a lot. And
Mm-hmm.
so I just began wanting to help and provide and just give service. And then I said, well, I can turn this into a business,
Yeah.
because it's something that I knew was a calling. It was my gift. It was a talent. And I said, well, what could I do? So I thought about being a doctor, being a nurse, and all those things. I was like, yeah, I don't want to do that. I want to do something that helps the person's soul.
Yes.
And then I found out about counseling. I was like, that's what I'm supposed to do. So that's how I got started. So pretty much, like, I knew when I was like in elementary, I was going to help people, but did not know how
Right.
until I got into college years. And then that's when I said, yes, I'm going to be a counselor.
So it's kind of you followed what naturally came to you, what you were driven to do anyway. It's just you always felt the need to just talk and connect and help people that way. So I love that. That's very natural. And lucky for you, you were able to just go ahead and follow just, what came naturally to you, correct? So I know you're not just a counselor, though. You have so many other things that you've done. You've listed author on your bio as well, and you also have you have a travel business as well, from what I understand.
I do. There's many things that I do because as I was telling my mom what I was going to do, how I was going to help people as a young person, I also told her I was going to be a millionaire.
Okay.
And she said, okay. You know how, we talk to our children. Sure, that's good, that's good. And I said, no, Ma, I said, I am going to be a millionaire. And so she said, okay. And so then one day in my 20s, she says, okay, you keep saying this. What are you going to do? And I said, you know what? I don't know. I just know I'm going to be helping people. And so she said, you think you're going to make money helping people? I said, absolutely, because I'm not going for the money. I'm going to help. The money will come. And I said, and I don't know how I'm going to become a millionaire, but I am. And so you did list several things because I am a therapist. I'm going to get into something that you asked me before that I just remembered I did not answer. So how 2019 looks and how 2020 is going to look, which is also going to answer this question too, is that I'm going to open up a facility in the community that is going to be so well organized and together. Like, it's going to be the state of the art. And I know people say that, but it's going to be able to help the community because in the community of people of color, we feel that counseling and all those things are taboo. So it's not going to be any pressure. It's just going to be there for the taking. It may not come off as counseling. It's going to come off as helping. And it's not going to come off like people that are in need, like, because a lot of people are very prideful and they don't want handouts. So it's not going to come off like that either. But it's going to be it's going to help the community. And that's going to be nationwide, which is going to go global.
Okay.
This is where my mind goes. Okay. And we can get into that later. But yeah, me being an author, that was birthed out of my trauma situation because I was sexually abused by my father. And I was able to speak on that. Yes, I am a survivor. I'm no longer a victim.
Ma'am.
I was able to speak on that, which made me run into this lady that said, hey, you should tell your story. Never thought I would tell my story. So she allowed me to tell my story in her compilation book, which is one chapter. After that, I said, you know what, I'm going to birth this whole story. So I'm writing a book now, which will be coming out in 2019. Yay!
Okay.
Yay.
You let me know.
But I know it's going to... I will. But I know that's going to bless a lot of people. So that is another source of income. But then also travel, because we all travel. This is something that we never have to beg anybody to do. We don't have to convince anybody to travel because it's always personal or it's business or it's something, it's vacation. It's something. We're always traveling for something. And so now I have a business where I help people save money and travel and make money with travel. Because again, that's nothing that you have to convince anybody to do. It's not selling, it's what we all do. Right. So those are a few things that I do. So within all of that, I will become a millionaire.
Of course, because you're not putting everything in one basket. You've kind of like spread it out a little bit. All the things that you love, you've kind of got, a hand in. Let me go back to this facility you're talking about, though. We were talking about people of color and how counseling seems like one of those things that, oh my God, she's in counseling. It's like a derogatory thing, and it shouldn't be. Yeah. But what I find is, because it's a derogatory thing, we tend to gravitate towards community building instead. And what people don't realize is if you're ready to actually receive help, it will come in many different forms, and you know that better than most.
Absolutely.
So when a lot of our young men go out and play sports, they find all that counseling, that team building, those lessons that they can learn through coaches, through their teammates, and then any kind of community building. Anytime you get together with a bunch of people that aren't necessarily people you grew up with, you get other points of view. You get to learn that, okay, well, maybe I don't need to suffer like this. Maybe there are other ways to do these things. So I really love the fact that you're putting together a facility where these people that can come and just do things or be around other people and get the help they need. So it's not really framed in such a I'm going to therapy kind of situation. You're just going to Yeah, I love that. And it's not just, African American community. A lot of Asians look down on counseling as well. They look at it like
absolutely.
Like something you need to hide. And I'm so glad you telling your story in a chapter of a book, you birthing a new book for your own story itself. You telling your story gives people permission to be like, okay, so this was not a good situation. I don't have to hide it anymore. I can accept it. I can see what it was and kind of work through it at that point. Because the more we hide all those things, the worse it hurts later. And I know that from personal experience. I know you know that as well.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And and that's another reason why I wanted this to be a facility, because one-on-one, I do a great job. I'm not saying, oh my God, I'm the best therapist ever. My clients tell me that. I don't have to say that.
Yes.
But I want to impact, the community, but not by myself. Because this facility is it's not anything that I can do alone. I've already asked people to partner with me in certain areas that is not my expertise. I'm not a masseuse. I have a niece that is a masseuse that's going to come in and do massages. I'm not certified in music therapy. I already have people that's going to do those things, because we all benefit from different things.
Yes.
And we can benefit from things that we may not even thought or think that is possible. So just being able to introduce the community to those different things and different people, I just feel it's going to be a lot of healing. I'm so excited because
I am too.
When I was going through my healing process, it was hard. And I was fighting it, and it was difficult, and it was uncomfortable, and it was all those things. But when I knew I could incorporate massage and all those other things that would make me feel better, it wasn't a problem then. It was like, oh, so this is what I'm supposed to do. Holistic is what I'm all about.
Yes.
I'm just about holistic treatment. And so that's what it's going to look like without me giving everything out, but that's what it's going to be. So.
I'm glad, though, because the fact that you're including all these people means that you understand exactly what people are slowly starting to learn, that there's enough sunshine for all of us. All of us can succeed, and it's better if we succeed together. And what works for you may not work for somebody else. You're talking about massage and therapy as a sexual abuse survivor. For me, it's hard to be touched. I feel weird about being touched, but that's something that I need to work through eventually when I get to that place where I can work through those things. But the fact that you're bringing all these elements together in one place, that means people, when they enter this facility, they feel that they have any amount of avenues that they can try in search for whatever it is that they need healing with. So I love that. You're basically providing a haven for all these people with so many different options on how they can go about healing themselves. So I like that a lot. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Not everybody thinks that way, and I wish they would, but I'm glad you're starting it, because with me sharing your story and putting you out here for the rest of our audiences to actually really understand who you are and what you're doing, that means that other people can also look at it like, okay, so I don't have to go this one route. I can try all these different, it could be art therapy, it could be music therapy, it could be massage, it could be actual counseling, it could be group therapy, it could be a game of basketball. It could be anything.
Exactly.
And I love it.
Right. It's going to be all of that. Exactly.
Yeah. So, 2018, what do you feel was like the biggest hurdle that you actually you cleared? Something that you maybe weren't looking forward to, but it cleared without any problems this year.
Fear.
Fear of?
Fear. I'm just going to answer that. Fear of, and even though it sounds like I'm so amazing, fear was definitely an issue of mine at one point, because I had so many ideas, and I was like, okay, am I really going to be able to do it? Do I know the right people? Do I know, am I saying the right stuff? But yeah, it was fear. And it was at the beginning of 2018. I was like,
Okay.
you know what? Because I felt myself being stagnant with all these great and amazing ideas that I had and all the, the connections that I had with people. And they were just there. They were just
Yeah.
sitting there. Like, what are you doing? And I said, I'm afraid. And I literally had to tell myself, okay, you're afraid, but it's okay to be afraid.
Mm-hmm.
But what are you going to do about it? So
Right.
2018 was something that I had to tackle. Like, I had to just fight it, because it was in my face every day. And I said, it's not going to go away until you do something about it. So I had to beat it down, like literally, and it would come back. And I had to beat it down, and it would come back. And then I say, you know what? You got to beat it down in another way.
Yeah.
And so when I did that, I was able to conquer it, and sometimes it still like creeps up like, what if? And I'm like, no what ifs. Don't sit on the what ifs anymore. Just actually do something about it. So that was one thing I was able to just acknowledge and deal with in a more healthy way this time.
Well, that's awesome. I kind of feel like the same thing for me. And yeah, it's exactly right. When you're starting out something you've never done before, there are so many lovely little comments that come through your head like, is this really worth it? Do you really need to spend all this time? But what I've found is all of that healing actually lies in the work you're avoiding. And there's been a lot of things that I've been avoiding and procrastinating on, but it's time I face up to those things and just did them. So yes, I don't know how it will work the first time I do things, but I won't know what to tweak until I do that first time either. So it's been tough. So
absolutely, and
for
keep
those of
doing
you,
it.
For those of you who don't know, I actually met Lynn through my coach, August Crenshaw, and she has been phenomenal in that she brings together all these different ladies with such strong hearts and very balanced visions about what they want for themselves and how they're going to impact the world. And it's not like I've known you all my life. It's not like I've known you for many years. I've known you for maybe a year. And the fact that we interact with each other on Facebook and talk to each other, I answer a lot of questions that you pose on Facebook, just trying to, find out where your audience is at, what they feel about certain things, so you know what to do next and how to serve the community at large next. I feel like we have a lot of the same values. We feel a lot of the same things. We connected on the fact that we've survived some of the same things. And I love that no matter where we are in the world, because of social media, we are able, if we're open enough, we're able to connect with each other and then share stories and find that, okay, other people are also trying to do something with the traumas that they've suffered and turn them into something productive that they can, impact the world with. How do you feel between Facebook and Instagram? Are you more active on Facebook, I would say, or on Instagram? Where can people find you most?
I would say Facebook, but I am on Instagram. I'm starting to use Instagram more, but right now I would say Facebook, but I know I'm going towards the Instagram audience because I'm starting to get a lot of followers. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, so I need to start using Instagram more. But right now, people can find me on Facebook, but I am still on Instagram too, so.
Very cool. The other thing is, I wanted to ask, I know you're an actual licensed counselor. Are you offering services online as well for people to seek you out?
Absolutely. Online, I'm offering online coaching. I don't do counseling online because I do counseling one-on-one in the state of Texas. But online, I do have a couple of clients that want to see my, get my services online, but it's more of coaching. It's not counseling. So that's the difference. You still get the raw me. You still get the person that's going to help you. You get the person that's going to support you. But you're also going to get the person that's going to keep you and hold you accountable. So within that, I don't change in that part, but I do change like with the styling and some of the things. But yeah, online I do some coaching. So
if you don't mind, how would you break down the difference between a counselor and a coach? Because a lot of people do ask, well, what does a coach do? Isn't it the same thing? No, it's not the same thing. How would you describe the difference?
I feel like more the coach is more the person that's going to get like fast, short, fast results. Like something that you need something right now. You need to handle it right now. You need like a solution focus that you need answers immediately. More so with the counseling. The counseling, you do want to go back like with past experiences and things like that, and it's more of not temporary. It's not short. Counseling should never ever be short unless it's something that is I don't even want to say not as serious, but to me, that's the difference. The coaching part that I do with my clients, definitely they come in with a need. Okay, this is what I want met. This is how I want it met, and this is when I want it met. I'm like, okay, great, let's knock that out. But counseling, when you come to me, you're like, I'm so depressed. I'm so this. I'm so that. I don't know what's going on with me. This is just happening. I'm not eating. I'm not sleeping. I'm like, that's not going to be fast. That's not
Right.
ever
It's going
going
to
to
take some
be
time.
something that's going to, no. So that's what I explain to people, the difference with the counseling and the coaching.
Okay. So if you wouldn't mind, when you're offering services online as a coach, what kind of services can they expect from you? Is it mostly more like accountability driven?
It's more like accountability. And a lot of it is, well, most of my clients online, they call it life coaching. And I
Okay.
was like, yeah, you know what? We can do that. We can go with that because it's been more of a career things. It's been more like how to interact in situations at work, or it's been like life-changing decisions that they just need to get over the hump. So it's been those type of things.
Okay.
So when they say life coaching, I said, okay, yeah, let's go with that. So I can see it being that. Because that's usually what they come for. They usually don't come to me and saying that they're dealing with anxiety or depression. It's more like, these are the issues, and I see that this is a problem for me, and I need to fix it. I need to fix it now.
Right. Very cool. So, if you don't mind, if there's anything else that you're looking to launch, I already know that you're going to launch this book by next year, the one that you're writing by yourself. Is there anything else that you're looking to put together? Are you doing anything in Texas, like getting groups together or things that people can look out for if they want to seek you out?
I definitely will be letting you know because a vision just was given to me about a week ago.
Okay.
And this is the vision. And I will say this. In the vision, because I am a survivor of sexual abuse, and I'm a survivor of sexual abuse by my father, my biological father. And I said, you know what? A lot of women or a lot of people, because men get sexual abuse too.
Yeah.
A lot of people will benefit from this event that I'm going to put together.
Okay.
And I was just sitting down one day and I just said, because I was talking to the lady that's helping me write the book. And I said, Adrian, guess what? And so she said, what's happening? I said, this year, over 1,000 women are going to be healed from sexual abuse. And she said, what? I said, I know.
Yes.
And so that right there, I'm getting ready to start putting that together with her help because it's needed. And I realized it's not about me. And going through this process of forgiving my father and my mom and all that and healing myself, I knew at that moment, hey, this experience was not about you. It's for all the other people that feel like they don't have a voice, that have been silent for so long. It's time for them to feel like, just like you feel, get their voice back, take their power back. So I was like, this is a must. So that is one thing that's going to be put together, but I tell you when I get closer to it,
yes, ma'am.
I will
I'll have
be
you back
sending
on
that
here.
out to you.
Yeah. So we'll make sure that everybody knows. But I love that. Like, unfortunately, there are a few of us that are strong enough where we can muddle through it and get through and figure it out for ourselves. But a lot of people feel like they need someone to reach out, but no one notices, you know, the behavioral changes or whatever the case may be. And for you to even put this together, that is going to heal a lot of women, a lot of people in general. I love that. That's really great.
Yeah, I'm super excited about it.
You have a lot of great things going on this year. I'm so excited for you.
Thank you. I thank you. That's what I'm saying. So 2020, we're looking at what's going to be happening for 2020 because there are a lot of good things going to happen for 2019.
Well, I love it. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time, Lynn. For those of you who are following along, please look her up. She's on Facebook as Lynn Meyer, Meyer. There's 2 N's in Lynn, correct? Lynn.
Correct.
Yeah. And then on Instagram, you can find her as Lynn, Lynn _is _she. So look her up. She's on here as well. There's a post before this just to show you where I'm following her. So please, by all means, follow her, seek her out, ask her for her opinion, and see if y'all are a good match for coaching or even her events in Texas. And hopefully I'll be hosting you back on here soon as soon as you have a release date for your book so we can promote that as well.
I sure will let you know. Thank you so much,
You're welcome.
for inviting me on.
You're welcome.
It's been
I'm so glad to have you. Y'all take care, everybody. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Bye-bye.
Bye.